fierce feminine is kind of coming to the forefront. Little bit of the wild feminine could be showing up and wanting to break free. So like that wild aspect of the feminine, like women who run with the wolves, think of that kind of aspect. That's Clarissa Pinkola Estes' book. And it's really pointing to this like instinctual nature of the feminine, the intuitive nature of the feminine, the hidden, the suppressed, the repressed, the oppressed aspect of our feminine nature. This includes our sexuality. Lilith and Persephone are in a T-square to Venus during this particular eclipse, this full moon eclipse happening on Monday, the 25th of March. And what that's pointing to is sexual liberation, the fullness of feminine sexuality, not just pleasure, right? And like the act of sex itself, but the creative essence, the life-giving essence, the life force energy, the healing energy of sexuality, the sacredness of sexuality, how it is innately connected to our health, our mental state, our emotional state, right? How it's innately connected to everything. And so that's, if I were to say like the wild aspect of the feminine, the instinctual self, it's not the witch aspect. That's not loud. That would be the Hecate archetype, right? But it's more the aspect of like feminine, fully in her sexuality, fully owning that aspect of her wildness. Also fully owning her no, this is not for me. No, this is not part of my soul path. No, this relationship doesn't work. No, I need stronger boundaries. No, I need better self-care. No, right? Like that capacity to speak that truth and not just about herself, like speak that truth for the world. There's this feminine, almost like activism that might be getting stirred up. Eris is in the mix. She's such an activist. She's a truth warrior. The dark goddesses are innately for the underdog too. And so there can be this, beyond just self, right, and sticking up for self, there can be this aspect of us that's like, no, I'm just sticking up for the truth, like in this situation or for this group of people or for this. And I really, I'm like from a deep, sacred, demanding equality. That's a big one. That's a Lilith thing. So Black Moon Lilith is what's opposing Venus. Venus is conjunct Saturn though. So this could get fucking wild. Saturn is all about oppressing the feminine on a very surface level, on his shadow level side, is about the oppression of the feminine, the control of the feminine. You want to think of an archetypal energy that is associated with the patriarchy, right? And all the negative connotations of the patriarchy, whatever, all that, like old boys club, old ways, right? Like women are less than men, feminine is less than masculine, like that sort of like level of goo is the archetype of Saturn. And he's literally like overlording Venus, which is a primary aspect of the feminine. But with the opposition to Lilith, to Black Moon Lilith, which is more than just Lilith. Black Moon Lilith is like the sacred feminine who will roar for justice, who will roar for equality, who will roar for love. It's really at the depth of the depth of the depth of all these dark goddesses. It's love. It's wild, unbridled, passionate love for the sake of soul, like soul truth. She doesn't care about social niceties. She doesn't care about fitting into a box. She doesn't care. Like that's also part of what Black Moon Lilith, Persephone bring us to, is this just like shaking off social norms. Like, nah, I do not need to fit the nice girl fucking box. I will not wear the nice girl hat. I will not put the nice girl face on anymore. This is just what's fucking true. This is more of the feminine, and it is high time for the world to hear this, to feel this, to know this, to accept this, because underneath it, it's just love. It's love and it's wisdom. It's deep, intuitive, instinctual wisdom. So you go back to that, like women who run with the wolves. It's like this instinctual. It's instinctual, like in rhythm with nature, right? In rhythm with soul. It's like soul self, and we'll fight for soul self. We'll speak for soul self. We'll stand up for soul self. Will help us all to find our voices, speak our truth, and to speak a no when it's not in alignment, right? It's to speak a no. It's literally the antidote to the people pleaser, to the nice girl, right? It's the antidote to coming into like elder energy, right? Like that wise woman who it's just like, this is just what's true. And And if this like ruffles some feathers, if this rocks the boat, that's okay. That's okay, because I know that I'm connected to something that is serving a higher good. I know that I'm connected to deep love. And, you know, if that hurts your precious little ego, masculine, or if that hurts your feelings, feminine, that's okay. That's okay, because I'm serving soul. I'm not serving the ego of your like egoical self-worth, masculine, or your emotional happiness, feminine, right? I'm actually serving the soul. And so if that hurts these more surface level aspects of self, in order to help you to see a deeper truth and to love in a greater way and to live from a more fulfilling, more soulful, more heart, more open, more divinely connected kind of a way, that's these dark goddesses, right? That's this alignment. Now, a lot of us won't feel any of this. A lot of us will just feel like we want to go to bed and hide under the covers, and we want to pretend like it's not happening, or we just feel like numb or dead, or we're sleeping, or all kinds of things like that. Like we just want to shut down. It's a shut down feeling that could be happening for some of us. It could be a raging roar feeling. It could be just crying grief, like crying. Right? So what can we do? What can you do? What can we do in this energy if we start to feel into the feminine? Give our feminine some nourishment. Whatever that means for you. The bath, right? The space to cry. The space to dance fucking wildly. The space to punch a pillow on your bed. Give your feminine, just feel into my feminine essence, right? And dancing, song, movement, right? Like feel into, I do so much work on the feminine, and it's so hard to talk about it in a short little video here with y'all. Best thing to do here, this is a really great thing to do, body wisdom activation. If you don't have that, rewilding, that's like the core feminine principles, right? Breath, movement, sound, how to access the body wisdom of the feminine. It literally activates the feminine within all of us. It's a $47 workshop, right? If you don't have it, right, activate below, right? Activate below. I'll get you a link to the workshop. You can feel into it. If it's not for you, totally cool. Love that, honor that, respect that. If you've got your own ways of going into the feminine, heck yeah, do it. But this is a time where our feminine might be feeling kind of bowled over, or we're not sure how to work with these deeper, more sacred aspects of self, these wilder aspects of self, right? We've been taught to repress them and hide them and stuff them down and judge them and shame them by our family systems, by our past life experiences, by our societies, right? By our societies. Today, even today, like in America, I live in California, progressive, right? Yeah, okay. This is not it's not the acceptance of the full feminine here yet. Right? So it's a time, right? Like if there's anything I can share, is just really honoring that aspect of self and seeing what wants to come to light. Eclipses are about what wants to come to light. So asking yourself, what wants to come to light in this eclipse? What wants to come to light around my feminine? And that workshop, again, activate. Happy to send that to you. Other things that are going on, I don't know. There's a podcast that came out yesterday. You could type 229. That can take you to the podcast. I don't go into too much of the feminine there. I don't know. We'll probably go into a lot of the feminine and ReWilding membership bones. Our next workshop is April 1st. That's live. Like we're in circle together. It's $14 up until the 25th to join membership. I know I'm telling you a lot of stuff in a really quick time, but you can type bones below, get more information, right? So you can type in activate 229 and bones, and I can get you some resources. 229 is free, bones is $14, activate is $47, right? So you can feel for you if you want some extra support or resources. But I don't know, it's a real time to just honor our feminine. We have this opportunity to, like, the feminine in us to stand up to the masculine in a way that she maybe hasn't before, or to show up in the midst of powerful, potent masculine energies in her full radiance and in her truth, without like the toxic femininity, right? It's not that. It's like this mature feminine. I'm in my full radiance. I'm in my truth, right? I'm not showing up with toxicity around that, but I can stand here in the world in my full feminine, right? In my full feminine, without resentment for having to shut things down, without dulling my shine or dimming myself down. I can stand here and it is a gift to the world. It is a gift. My radiance, my love, the depth of my feminine soul is a gift to the world. So just that, just that. All right. I do really love what the feminine's doing in this full moon eclipse. The April 8th eclipse won't have this alignment. So this is really a time to go for it around the feminine if you're called to. All right. So much love to you. Would love to see you wherever, however. Comments are amazing in the podcast. I don't know, in Activate workshop or in Bones membership. If it's so, I love doing this with you all. This is day 6 of 6, and I'm super grateful for it. This was a really long one, but the feminine's got my heart in ways that I just can't explain. It's kind of, I don't know. I won't go into any of that stuff around personal story around it, but if you want to know more about the personal story around how ReWilding for Women got founded, just drop a note, like, give us the personal story, and maybe I can do that. Oh, one woman asked, what is the view that I always see here at the rocks? This is my view. I know it's hard, like you gotta watch out for the sun and all kinds of stuff, but this is my view. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? It's my backyard. All right, love you all and happy weekend.